Hello and welcome to the Voice of Your Passions business interview series. I am Stephanie Bonte-Lebair, the founder of Empowered Business Networking and the Empowered Voice. And I am here today with an amazing singer-songwriter, Lowry Olafson, who is the founder of SongBrand. And we're going to have a discussion about what he's passionate about. And he also has a gift for everyone as well. So stay tuned on how you can claim that gift. Let's just give him a quick little intro. So Lowry is a professional songwriter who has released 9 albums and toured the globe. He has also led over 600 songwriting sessions with more than 15,000 people. Lowry creates catchy song brands for speakers, entrepreneurs, and businesses who want to build trust, stand out, and be literally unforgettable. I'm so excited we're having this conversation, Lowry, because as you know, I'm a singer-songwriter too, and I know the
Yeah,
power of music.
yeah.
So welcome, welcome. So glad you're here.
Hey, so glad to be here. Yeah, we share a certain bias on the power of songs.
Yes,
Yeah,
we do. Yes,
yeah.
we do. So tell me about your passion around this. Like what got you started? Why are you passionate about creating song brands?
Well, songs are forever. Songs stick like nothing else, and songs take um, they they have this. They bring things to their essence, and they capture emotion, and they're just very succinct. And that it's just like what we look for as songwriters is the same thing that marketers need, or people that will make brands really stand out. And you see taglines, really great taglines like "I'm loving it," or "Coke is it," or certain things that people use. But these little memorable ba da ba ba da, that creates this emotional, a company that is arguably not the healthiest product in the world, and probably not the most uplifting thing, and yet you have this association that overcomes all that just because of this little line of melody, ba da ba ba da, or Beethoven's Fifth, ba 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 bum, 5 notes, and you have this sense of grandeur and power, and so the emotional. Uh, I just see audio branding as something that's been around for a while, but it's really just beginning to gain acceptance, especially in North America, and I'm very excited because it's kind of, people think about jingles and stuff, and they kind of blow them off and don't think they have any power. And some of those ones maybe are a little frivolous, but boy, you can't forget them.
Well, and I'm curious, what got you started in helping business owners with song brands? Because you could take your musical talents and do all kinds of things with it. And I'm sure this isn't the only thing that you do. I know because you also tour. But
Yeah.
what made you connect the dots and say, oh, yeah, this is how I'm going to monetize my talents is by helping business owners create their song brands?
Well, originally I was doing it with kids, and I did a lot with school kids, and I'd go in and we'd write an entire song, not just a short song, but an entire song in 2.5 hours. And these songs were turning out like really well. I did a kids album that went to #5 on the Galaxy Kids channel, and they were written, as a group. And so then I got the idea, well, it was really a bonding and exciting experience for people, because I thought this would be a great team building, a great way to build it. And so I would write with nonprofits and businesses and stuff, and sometimes they would have a tagline already, or they wouldn't have a tagline, and this song would become we would come up with something super catchy and memorable in that time that really got to the heart of who they were. And people would come in kind of grumpy and thinking they had nothing to contribute, or no skill, or that kind of thing, afraid, and they would leave there like on fire, like, wow, we did it. And this transformation would occur in the people. And it was but so that was kind of how I got into doing it, because like then these businesses they would use that tagline forever, because it was it was just right on the money. And but where was I going with this? Just the idea of doing it collaboratively with people was what was really clear to me, that with the song brands, like if somebody hired me to do this for them, I couldn't do it
Mhm.
alone. I need I can do a lot. I can contribute a lot. I can come up with a whole bunch of ideas, but ultimately they know. I'll say, this. What do you think of this? And they'll say, oh no, that's not me. I would never say that. It's like, well,
Yeah.
what would you say, right? So I love that experience of really kind of like alchemy, almost getting the essence of what people are about, and then coming up with a tagline that we just adore, and then giving it a melody. For instance, the one that I wrote with one of the people in the Empowered Business Network, Newton Patel. She sells Medicare insurance, and that's not typically somebody who would have a power song or a song brand or use a jingle. But her tagline now is "Make Medicare Simple," because
Hmm.
the problem for people was that Medicare was not only super complicated, it's like if you don't get it right, you've got 6 months or something, 9 months to get it right when you turn 65. If you don't get it right, you're penalized 10% for the rest of your life. So
Mm.
she's dealing with people that are overwhelmed and stressed and haven't got what to do. And I say, well, what do you do? Well, I just make it easy. I make it simple. And so even so, first we came up with that tagline, just make Medicare simple, right? That's
Hmm.
what we want. But then it's kind of like, well, what would that melody be? And so, make Medicare simple, make Medicare simple, but I went, make Medicare simple, right? Make Medicare simple. There's just something about that. You put shine the light on, the important word, Medicare simple. Make sure you got the facts. And then, the song, make sure you got Newton. And people don't know how to pronounce her name because if you look at it, it
Mm.
looks like Newton. Right. So then, we've also taught people how to say her name. Make sure you got Newton because Newton's got your back. So it's all very kind of friendly. And we did like a Margaritaville, may he
Yeah.
rest in peace, Jimmy Buffett, one of our
Hmm.
greats. The vibe of like, it's all chill, like it's taken care of. But, you don't want Jimmy Buffett looking after your Medicare, right? It's like you want the vibe, but you want left brain solutions. So that's kind of like, there's a lot of thought that goes into
Yeah.
making a song. Um, we're not just writing something, we put a lot of thought into.
Yeah. And what I'm really hearing is that you are working together with the
Oh yeah.
business.
Yeah, yeah.
I heard, like, as you started, you recognize the team effort that goes into it and how that can help unify, people within the company, and then I'm
Yes.
also hearing this creating something with the business owner to solidify their brand and to make it memorable. But also I feel like there's a piece of when working with you and helping create that tagline and create the melody, that I can see how it also would infuse more confidence in your brand. Like that you
Oh,
want to get it out there in a bigger way because now you have this song that
yeah, yeah,
speaks to the value that you provide people.
yeah,
And just like infusing that with
yeah.
music, the power of music is just so important. It,
Mhm.
of course, it makes sense to us that, of course, it should be part of your brand,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, I mean, most of my clients, I'm sure they never thought they would, it's like, I mean, most of my clients are pretty early adopting, pretty progressive, forward thinking people. I
Yeah.
don't think there's too many, Medicare, say, um,
Maybe there'll be a trend
agents.
now when they start to see her video
Yeah,
or her music,
yeah.
tagline, they'll be like, "I want one of those."
Well, for sure. Yeah. But also, it's a way of like for a speaker to walk on stage
Yes.
to their own song. And like it's a lot different than just coming on to like We Are the Champions or some generic thing. Because for one, the guy before you may have come on to the same song,
Yep.
which is not good. But why wouldn't you establish your own identity in that thing and then have people kind of like have that song stuck in their head when they leave because they hear it when you walk on, and before you've even opened your mouth they've already got your message,
Yeah.
right? They've already heard, we have crystallized it and they've already heard it. And also what
Exactly.
I love about doing this is I think the mistake I see a lot of people making is they have taglines that don't really single them out. Did that really capture what's special about them? Like I wrote one with a guy who speaks on humor in the workplace, and And I said, what's the challenge for you? And he said, well, people don't take humor seriously. They don't realize how, humor means their people are more creative. They feel safer. They are likely to, it helps retention. I mean, humor is a really sign of, that's a sign, a good sign in a workplace. And I said, Mike, it sounds like you may have serious fun. It sounds like this is serious fun, right? And so that's the title of his song. And before that, he was using kind of a generic tagline, which we have in his song, which was energize your workplace. But I know 3 other people that have that tagline.
Yeah.
Right. He's the only one I know with serious fun. And he's the only one that serious fun would apply to.
Yeah. I love
Right.
it. This is like you're
Yeah.
discovering the marketing language
Yeah.
by the process of creating the song brand. Because that
Exactly.
marketing language can be used in all kinds of ways, not just with the song, but
Yeah.
also in print and everything else you're
Oh,
doing.
consistently.
So
Yeah.
it's like this pairing of branding and music.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So super powerful. And
Yeah.
I for everyone who's watching this video, I was saying I have this stock music I use at the front of these videos, and I'm like, this is where I need a song brand.
Totally.
So
Totally. Well, I
Lowry
didn't
and
have
I,
one. I
yeah.
didn't have one for ages either. And I thought, I think it's time I wrote myself song brand. So it's too high. Song brand, make it unforgettable. Song brand, stand out from the crowd. Song brand, get the whole world grooving. Sing your brand out loud.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah,
yay.
yeah. So sing your brand out loud, right? It's
Love it.
it's just like, and that's the thing is you don't have to hear the whole song, right? You might only use the beginning. Sing your brand out loud,
Yes,
right?
you could take just a piece of it
Yeah.
depending on how long you
Depending
have.
on, yeah, and for a
Yeah.
tagline for this, and it can be a ringtone in a phone. But you know where it's great, and this idea came out of EBN, the Empowered Business Networking Group. One of the people in maybe it was even you, Stephanie, who suggested, was talking about the Zoom waiting room videos,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. The Zoom waiting room
Was
video.
that your idea? I think you
Yes.
told me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they have this new
Oh,
feature, right? Well,
yeah.
it's not so new anymore, but, you can put a video when people are waiting to come into your Zoom room, so
Yeah.
why not have your song brand hang out
Oh,
there?
well, what I include a lot of stuff when I do a song brand for people. We not only write the song, but then we hitify it. I call it hitify.
Yeah,
We turn it into a radio quality full production in any genre. Sometimes we did that one Margaritaville. The serious fun was more of kind of vaudeville. I just did one that's kind of a Toby Mac country song. I've done one that I have this great one that's like a Tina Turner song. And I actually had Tina Turner's sax player playing on it. Yeah. How
nice,
cool was that, right? And
nice.
so I have a really great team of different musicians and producers that
Yeah,
I
because you
work
wanna
with.
find your vibe, right? Like,
Oh
what's your
yeah, yeah,
vibe?
yeah,
Like, for me, I'm a Broadway person, so I feel
yeah,
like I would
yeah,
have, like, a Broadway style to mine.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Just when I wrote my own musical, and my 9 original songs are all different styles of Broadway
yeah,
singing,
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. Sure.
but
And
yeah,
you
you
could
wanna
sing yours. You could sing yours yourself. I
that's
have,
right, I could sing my own song
yeah,
brand for my
yeah,
own introduce myself on the stage with my own
totally.
singing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's cool, but that's one of the things. Like when I do the deep dive, with people, that's the first thing I do is send
Yeah,
them the deep dive worksheet. One is send me 5 songs that are kind of in the feel that you would want, you think that your clients and
right,
your tribe would resonate with, and how you'd want to be seen and stuff. And
right.
so that really makes it easy for us to really hit it. And then after we've got that, I make a video, and this is all included in the fee is basically a 22-second or however long the song ends up being produced video of either a sizzle reel or of them in action, or whatever the visuals that would go with that.
Yeah,
um, and then we do like a song launch party where they invite, I mean, even when we write the song, we use that as an opportunity to get back in touch with their old clients and say, what was it that you learned from me? And when you think of what I did for you, how to describe that. So you're already getting people um, reconnecting and sending you kudos
Yeah.
about it. And then at the end, we invite everyone to this song launch party on Zoom.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love these are
yeah,
great tips actually, like, how could you use a song brand? You can use it as a video in your waiting room
yeah,
of
yeah,
your Zoom room. You
yeah,
can create a launch party around it to
yeah,
generate interest in your
yeah.
brand and what you're putting out, like, you can
Yeah, on
repurpose
your
it.
website, it should be the
Yeah,
first thing people so that right away, because what these things do, ba-da-ba-ba-da, it just builds this trust, instant likability,
yeah,
trust, and it's like, oh, I like Newton already. I feel like this is somebody, Cynthia Shelton, another woman in our who has hers is called Having a Blast, and she has a whole marketing thing that she does, and it's so how quickly can you build likability and trust
yeah.
with people and capture the essence of what it is that you do and what do you do for people, right?
Exactly, exactly. I
Songs,
love it.
it's so fast. Yeah.
I love it. So tell us what the gift is that you're giving everyone today. Can you
Okay, so
describe it?
the gift I'm giving people is a free audio assessment. So basically, I would look at, say, someone like you, and I'd say, okay, well, you're using this kind of majestic kind of thing in your opening for these things. Is that really you? Is that really how you see it, or what would you rather do? And where else are you using audio now in your videos? And most people, or in any places, most people are using generic video
Yep.
that is completely misses any opportunity to create an identity for them. A lot of times it's actually annoying, stuff like that does nothing to create warmth or to lift people up, or sometimes that's all it does. Sometimes it's really good and it's got that energy and stuff, but it's missing, you know what does it do for their identity? How does it capture, how could we do it? So it's really just kind of seeing where people are at, and
Yeah.
then just kind of thinking about, oh, where might I use that? So I
Yeah.
do it. It's like a half hour thing,
I love it.
it to tell you the truth, it usually carries into a bigger branding discussion.
I was gonna say, it sounds like a branding audit in some
It
ways,
really is.
but
Yeah,
it's focusing on how you're using sound in your brand.
yeah,
So you can start to see, hey, is this something that would be beneficial for me? Because it's great to at least assess that and say, well, here's where I am.
yeah,
Here's how I'm representing myself. How could this shift or be different? And then they can decide if creating a
yeah.
song brand is a good fit for them. So that's a great gift. If you want to receive this free 30-minute audio brand audit from Lowry, just type hashtag SongBrand as a comment under the video, and he'll reach out to you personally to connect and let you know the next steps. So I just want to thank you again, Lowry, for this amazing conversation. We could talk about this for an hour
No
because
kidding. I'm looking at the time. It's like, holy cow.
yeah, I know. We could just keep going. If you'd like to meet Lowry or other amazing creatives, coaches, marketing and sales professionals, you can come visit Empower Business Networking. Our next event is always at ebnnetworking.com. Happy to have guests. We love to meet new people all the time. And we are a really high level group of networkers who are dedicated to partnerships. We want to empower each other to create visibility in the marketplace and then create long-term consistent referrals. So with that, thank you, Laura. Any final things you'd like to say or sing before we sign off for the day?
Sing your brand out loud.
I love
Thanks.
it.
Thanks for having me, Stephanie.
Thank you. All right, everybody. See you next time.